Alright, we're back. And not just anywhere, we're back at the Nürburgring. The green hell, the big scary snake that eats iRacing for breakfast. But honestly, it feels great to be back. This track is brutal. It punishes every tiny mistake, but it also rewards every tiny win. And after the chaos I've had lately, multi-class punts, broken setups and protests going absolutely nowhere, I needed a reset. So this week, it's simple. Back to the Ringmeister challenge. Single class, fixed setup, no excuses. Just one chance to see if I can keep it out of the Armco and actually bring home a result. And spoiler, it's a good one. There's still chaos, there's still drama, but for once it's not all about me punting myself into oblivion. So strap in. Nürburgring Ringmeister returns, my only race this week, and it's about to get spicy. As always, I pulled up the top split lap times for the week because I'm a masochist like that. But this time, I gave myself a reality check. The aliens here are in a league of their own. I knew I wasn't going to be within a second like usual. I just wanted to get solidly under 7 minutes 15. First hot lap out, 7 minutes 12. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, this week has made me love this car even more. It's got just enough power to keep you honest, but when you hook up a line here, there's nothing like it. Alright, race day. Back at the Ringmeister challenge, fixed setup, full grid, Nürburgring Nordschleife. What could possibly go wrong, right? I didn't even bother qualifying for this one, partially because I didn't have time, but honestly, I kind of like it that way sometimes. It forces you to play the long game. No front row heroics. No pressure to defend turn 1 like your life depends on it. Just start buried in the pack, 18th position. Stay calm and watch the chaos unfold up ahead. The rolling start here always gets my pulse spiking. You've got this massive train of cars, all bunched up heading down to T1, everyone weaving to get heat in their tyres, everyone paranoid about who's going to panic brake. And you never know if people are going to use their common sense and go single file like they should, or just send it 3 wide anyway. One twitch, one brake check, and it's a 10-car pile-up before you even see the Nordschleife. So the plan was simple. Survive the run to T1, don't do anything stupid, let the nutters take each other out. Then, once the pack spreads out, it's just me, the ring, and hopefully a few good overtakes. Thankfully, we actually go single file into turn 1. Well, most of us do. There's always someone who can't resist sending it, right? That red car ahead leaves the door open, but instead of just slotting back in line, both drivers are too stubborn to back out. So rather than give up one place, they nearly bin their entire race before we even hit T2. Classic. Meanwhile, I'm just tucked in behind the train, eyes up waiting for the next idiot to make my life easier, and they do, straight away. I could push here, the tyres are cold, but I know I could stick my nose in, force a squeeze. But what's the point? This is the Nordschleife. You don't win in the first sector, you just survive it, so I back off, play the smart game and watch the chaos unfold in front of me like it's a free comedy show. Next up, the AMG ahead completely misjudges their closing speed, nearly rear-ends the guy in front, panic swerves, clips the grass and straight lines into a poor BMW minding its own business. Boom. 2 more slots for free. And just to add insult to injury, that same orange and black BMW from the T1 circus goes too wide through a tight section, bounces off the curb and punts another car off. Karma really is a beautiful thing sometimes. By the time we break out of the opening sector, I've basically teleported up to 9th. 9 spots gained, all from doing one thing people can't seem to grasp: having a bit of common sense. Not gonna lie, I'm grinning like an idiot in the rig. I'm just glad I didn't get wrapped up in everyone else's stupidity. Up ahead there's a Porsche. Big gap. Doesn't matter. I'm already locked in. Compression's coming up and I can feel the gap shrinking every metre. Coming through that dip, the whole car squats. The steering loads up and I know exactly what to do. If I just tuck in behind and run the normal line, I'll never have the overspeed to get past cleanly. He's hugging the inside, so I swing out wide, like as wide as humanly possible, just to straighten up my run. Nail it, full throttle. I'm side by side before he even knows what's happening. Give him a wide berth on exit. Job done. Easy. Next up, a BMW. I check the relative. He's a few seconds up the road, but this is the ring. That gap means nothing. Time to lock in and start chipping away. And here's where all the practice starts to pay off. I can feel myself adapting everything I learned in the BMW M2. Smooth throttle, calm steering, no hero inputs that'll snap the car sideways at 140 miles an hour. For now. There are still a few corners I just can't nail though. No matter how many laps I do, they keep me humble. But this week I found my new favourite stretch. Stefan Beloff S. Flat out. Just enough camber to keep the car pinned to the asphalt. Like the track's daring you to back out, but the car just stays planted underneath you, begging you to trust it. First time I've ever had the guts and the grip to stay buried on the throttle through there. It's a balancing act at 140 miles an hour. The steering light but loaded, the curbs so close you can feel them begging to spit you sideways if you so much as flinch. But when you nail it, the front end digs in, the rear hunkers down and it feels like you're threading a needle at warp speed. Just you, the car, in that tiny strip of green hell that suddenly feels like heaven. Honestly, best feeling I've had in the sim so far. If I could bottle that stretch of tarmac up and live in it, I would. Back to the task. Last corner of lap 1 before the long dotting a straight. I get a far better exit than the BMW ahead. Not quite in the draft yet, but I can see the gap melting away. Finish lap 1 in 8th. 10 positions up from the grid. Zero drama of my own making. Sometimes, just sometimes, survival is an overtake all on its own. Lap 2 kicks off pretty calm, to be honest. I've got a bit of breathing room behind me, no desperate dive bombs coming my way, just clean air and one job. Carve down the gap to that BMW up the road. Every few corners I'm glancing at the relative. Where am I gaining? Where are they pulling away? I'm mentally scribbling notes mid-lap. If we hit the final lap with a fight on our hands, I want every scrap of info on where I'm stronger and where they're vulnerable. Same drill for the guy behind too, no surprises if he tries to throw it up the inside later. Then we get to YouTube corner. Brunchen. I clock the plume of dust before I even see them. Both cars ahead run wide, clatter up that giant curb. That's the last place you want to end up at the ring. And just like that, I'm right on them. I can feel it. It's almost time to jump into the ring and throw some punches of my own. A few corners later, rolling up to the Klein's carousel, the AMG ahead gets it all wrong on corner exit. The BMW doesn't wait, he darts to the inside, blocks the AMG off from using the banking, and I'm just right there with him. I follow the move, ride the high line, and slot through. Another one ticked off. Then it's the long straight, the second time today. I'm trying to milk every ounce of draft I can off the BMW ahead, squeezing every mile per hour out of this car while keeping an eye on the mirrors. Because if I'm catching his slipstream, the pack behind's doing the same to me. End of lap 2, up to 7th. From deep in the grid to here, just keeping it clean, smart and ready to strike. Bring on the final round. Lap 3 kicks off exactly how I didn't want it to. The guy behind absolutely sends it into turn 1 like he's late for his own funeral. Let's break this down for a second. He's not alongside. He's not even close to making the corner himself, especially coming in from that far off the racing line. He's basically throwing it into a space that he knows is going to vanish the second we both turn in. And sure enough, he's nowhere near the inside curb when he arrives. Bang! He just punts the side of my car, and for once, the first time this entire season, I don't come off worse for it. Small miracles. But that punt hands the BMW ahead a golden ticket. He gets the perfect run through the opening section while I'm busy gathering it all up. So now I'm back to chipping away at the same gap I spent an entire lap closing down already. And there's a Porsche glued to my bumper sniffing for scraps. I know if I want a shot at that BMW, I've got to get his draft before we hit the fast sweeping section up to the carousel. But it's not happening as fast as I'd like, and that Porsche, he's gaining on me more than I'd prefer. So I get my elbows out, I plant myself in the middle of the track. No swerving, no weaving, just making myself the biggest, widest moving chicane you've ever seen. If he wants to send it now, it'll end badly for both of us, and I'm not giving him the chance. Up through muck curve, the BMW ahead cracks under the pressure. He pushes too hard, dips a wheel in the grass on the exit, and then a few corners later he somehow ends up riding the inside curb on the exit of the corner. I mean, I'm baffled, but I'll take it. We're right back on him. Meanwhile, the Porsche's doing the Macarena in my mirrors. Faint left, faint right, trying to bait me offline, but I'm locked in. Not today, mate. Round YouTube corner, I'm wedged between the BMW in front and the Porsche behind, and it's my turn for a bit of acrobatics. Big drift, full opposite lock. Squeaky bum time? Absolutely, but that's the thing about this car. Now I know how hard I can push, it's addictive. Coming into that fast section, the Porsche is basically living up my exhaust. At this point, he probably knows what I had for breakfast. And then, the moment that makes this whole race worth it. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of the corner before Klein's Carousel. You know the one. Tight, fast, no room for error. Well, as I turn in, my rear tyre just kisses a strip of cobbles on the outside. The car snaps, 90 miles an hour, full opposite lock. I catch the slide mid-corner, somehow cover off the inside from the Porsche, hold it all together, and come out with a better run than the BMW. I'm so hooked up, I get the inside for the mini carousel. 1, 2, I snatch the place. The Porsche follows me through. Onto the final straight, I'm fully bracing for the Porsche to blow past. He's so close. I'm already lining up for the fair play wave. But for once, the sim racing gods actually fancy throwing me a bone. The Porsche slides out right behind me, nowhere to go. And I end up finishing the race in 6th. I didn't qualify. I started P18. Survived the chaos, kept my nose clean, picked my battles, and made one of the best overtakes I've ever pulled off. Not a bad day at the Nordschleife. Not bad at all. Honestly, races like this remind me why I keep coming back, even after the weeks that made me want to uninstall iRacing and launch my wheel out of the window. Next up, we keep pushing. Will there still be carnage? Obviously, that's non-negotiable. It's the clusterfuck's way. Massive thanks to the first few legends who've joined the membership crew. You're helping me keep this dream alive, and there's loads more perks coming soon. I'm even considering doing an exclusive raffle to pick a teammate for one of my NEC races, so please stay tuned. But that's all from me. If you made it this far, you're an absolute legend. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and drop your thoughts below, especially what you'd have done differently in those punts and passes. I read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. You're legends. I'll see you all in the next one.